You're not confused, you're avoiding the truth. You ever sit at your desk, stare at your screen, and feel this growing pressure in your chest, like something's off, but you can't explain what? You say you're confused, you say you're stuck, but deep down, you know exactly what you're avoiding. That relationship that's dying, but you keep saying you just need more clarity. That job that's draining the life out of you, but you tell yourself it's not the right time to leave. That version of yourself you're sick of being, but you keep pretending there's some answer you haven't found yet. It's not confusion. It's fear of facing a truth that would change everything. And your mind has gotten very good at disguising that fear as indecision. Because if you call it confusion, you don't have to act. You don't have to break the pattern. You don't have to face what happens after the truth comes out. But let's get brutally honest for a second. Confusion is safe. Confusion lets you stay exactly where you are, but without admitting you're choosing to stay there. It gives you permission to pause your life without taking responsibility for why it's paused. And most people live there for years. They keep researching, keep asking for advice, keep waiting for a moment that somehow removes all risk and all doubt. But that moment never comes, because it was never about not knowing. It was about knowing and being terrified of what that knowing demands. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I just don't know what I want," when really you did? You just didn't want to deal with the guilt of letting someone down. The pressure of starting over. The fear of being wrong. So instead of owning the truth, you buried it under busyness. You buried it under maybe, and I'm still figuring it out, and I don't want to make the wrong choice. But meanwhile, every part of you already knew. This isn't judgment, it's recognition. There's a reason you've avoided clarity. There's a reason the truth feels dangerous. And once you understand that, you can finally stop running from yourself. Because you don't need another plan, you don't need another list of pros and cons, you need courage. Real courage. And that's what we're walking into next. Clarity sounds like freedom, but for most people, it feels like betrayal. Because once you know what's true, you can't unknow it. You can't pretend the job is fine when you've admitted it's killing your spirit. You can't stay in the relationship just because it's convenient, when your body already feels numb every time they walk into the room. You can't keep living the life that other people applaud, when deep down, you know it's not yours. That's the weight of clarity. It doesn't just demand change, it threatens the roles you've been surviving inside. So your brain resists, not because you're weak, but because you're wired to protect your current identity, even if it's one you've outgrown. Most people don't fear clarity, they fear what it will cost them. Because once the truth is clear, silence becomes dishonesty, staying becomes self-betrayal, and every action that contradicts that truth starts to feel like a lie. You're not just avoiding a decision, you're avoiding the collapse of the life you built around avoiding that decision. Let that sink in. This isn't about one choice, it's about who you'd stop being if you finally owned what's true for you. Take the high achiever who says they're burnt out but doesn't know why. They say, "I'm just tired, I need to recalibrate." But what they're really afraid to admit is, they don't want the life they built anymore. They don't want to keep pushing. They don't want to be the one everyone leans on. They don't want to keep proving their worth through output. But how do you admit that when your entire identity is built on being capable, impressive, and dependable? It's easier to stay confused. If this is hitting somewhere real for you, hit like and subscribe. Not because it fixes anything instantly, but because we're building a space where the truth finally has room to breathe. Now, let's get to the part no one talks about. What happens after the truth breaks through? When you finally stop pretending, it doesn't feel like freedom at first. It feels like grief. You grieve the years you spent in the wrong place. You grieve the version of you who kept it all together. You grieve the safety you felt in roles that were never really yours, but were familiar. That's what no one tells you about clarity. It doesn't start with empowerment. It starts with emotional consequences. People might question you. Some will get uncomfortable. You might even lose relationships that only worked because you stayed quiet. But that loss, it's not punishment. It's proof that you're leaving behind a life that only fit the version of you who stayed small. Once you name the truth, you don't just get insight, you get a decision. Do you keep living by the old rules, or do you build a life that matches what you finally admitted? And this is where most people turn back. They go right back into "I don't know." Because it's safer than being misunderstood. It's safer than being alone. It's safer than the chaos of becoming someone new. But listen, clarity will not save you. Courage will. The courage to act on the truth, especially when no one claps for it yet. Because here's the reality, no one is coming to confirm your truth for you, and no one is coming to carry out the change but you. That's why breakthrough moments don't look like movies. They don't come with music swelling in the background. They come when you're lying in bed at 2 a.m., heart racing, realizing you can't keep living this way. They come in the middle of your shift at work when you're smiling but your soul is somewhere else. They come on a walk or in traffic or in the middle of doing the dishes, and you just know. Something has to change. Not someday, not later, now. That's the power of a truth you stop avoiding. It starts reshaping your life before you even realize you've decided. But how do you act on that? What does it actually look like to stop calling it confusion and start moving with clarity? That's what we'll close with. Let's be real. Clarity without action is just another form of self-sabotage. It turns into mental torture, knowing what needs to change but still pretending you're not ready. So here's what it actually takes. You have to stop negotiating with fear. You have to stop asking for permission to live a life that fits you. And you have to stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios just to justify standing still. Because clarity isn't a feeling that sticks. It's a moment you act on, or it fades. It means you take the first honest step. You say the thing you've been avoiding. You update the resume, even if you don't send it yet. You admit to yourself, this relationship is over, even if you're not ready to leave tomorrow. You move before you feel fully ready. You move before the fear disappears, because waiting to be fearless is how people lose decades of their lives. Look, no one gets to the next chapter by mastering the current one. You grow by stepping into the unknown with nothing but the truth in your hands. And sometimes that truth is quiet. It won't scream at you. It won't give you guarantees. But if you stop burying it and start walking toward it, everything changes. Not all at once, but enough to make you proud that you didn't lie to yourself one more day. If you've been calling it confusion, but now you know it's just avoidance, drop a comment below. Here's the truth I've been avoiding and what I'm ready to do about it. Subscribe if this helped you cut through the noise, because there's more coming. And hit like so YouTube knows this message mattered to someone. This video is for insight and motivation. It's not therapy or professional advice, and it's not a substitute for doing your own inner work with the right